Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anne of Reinforcement Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today, we're going to talk about the hidden ROI, or the return of investment of telling the truth in business and in real life. Now, I'm talking about just being honest. Honesty is the best policy. But, you know, what can we get what can we get from being authentic? What can we get from being honest in a nice way? Now, honesty is important because it builds trust and a deep, lasting relationship. You know, the way truthfulness fosters long term relationships with friends, family, colleagues, and anywhere you go. Another thing is that trust is also a currency. Once it is built, you're not going to have any problems with interacting with the people you're going to deal with. There's not going to be, or it could be, trust reduces the friction in all interactions. So that's how important honesty is. You have to build trust and rapport before you connect with someone. Honesty also enhances communication and efficiency in a way that it cuts confusion and interpretations that could lead to misunderstanding. It saves time and accelerates decision making when you are honest. You know the way it's easier to solve the problem when you know the problem, really. When you know the truth, when you know the cause of the problem. Another thing is that honesty, it strengthens the brand and reputation of a business or any person. Truthfulness earns respect and credibility. When you are an honest person, you're going to be branded as trusted and reliable person by anyone, as a person and as a brand in the long run. And once there is transparency or honesty in a business or a person working in a business, it reduces legal and ethical risk in a way that truthful operations less likely to face lawsuits, fines, and reputation damage because everything is on the table. There's a transparency of the product that you're getting, the agreement, and it's easier to return it, like Amazon. And just as a person also, when you're honest, you're gonna less likely to get involved in any trouble, in any fight. Transparency also, or honesty also, encourages accountability and growth to ourselves as a person, as people, as workers in a company or the business itself, in a way that truth telling creates a culture of responsibility and learning. So when, like for example, when you make a mistake and you disclose it so that the problem wouldn't get worse, and you own it, and you're gonna learn. Although there might be some consequences that you have to deal with, but but the thing is, you did disclose the truth, so that it wouldn't escalate or it wouldn't get any worse. Another thing is that honesty saves energy and reduces stress. Lies requires maintenance. You have to fill in, you have to think about what to say all the time. But when you just think about the truth, it's less stressful. Truth removes the mental load that you have to think about what you have to say if you're lying. You have to create the story, and you have to be consistent about the story that you created, which is a lie. But when you just think about the truth, it's no hassle. Authenticity means stress-free living. Now, another good thing about being honest is that it attracts like-minded people and opportunities. The way honesty signals values, attracting customers and partners. Truthful people attracts higher quality relationships. Because who wants to deal with liars? Who wants to deal with people who's going to just persuade you for the sake of their own interest? And when you are an honest person with a like, or let's just say if you have a business and there's a transparency in your business, you can say anything, and this is what your product can do, this is what your services are, and these are the you could cover the cost if anything happens, insurance. So what I'm trying to say is trust and reputation are intangible assets that compound over time. So when it comes to business, people love doing business with people who knows how to treat them well, who knows what they need. There's an open disclosure about what they're gonna get from their money, from their services. And when there's already a trust and reputation, even as a person, a salesperson, let's just say, there will be referrals and repeat business, which often comes from consistent honesty. And in the most part, when you have transparency to other people, when it comes to your services, to your interaction, it promotes conflict resolution. Honest communication address issues before it escalates. It is what it is. Sometimes it's hard to know the truth, but when it's the truth, sometimes you have to accept it as it is. Truth fosters empathy and quicker resolutions. So when you know the truth, when you know the problem itself, it's easier to create solution out of it. It's easier to deal with it when both parties have transparency. And the best part is when there is an authenticity in a business or as a person, as a normal, ordinary human being, when you're an honest person, working in a company which is reputable, it actually, honesty aligns actions with values. And being honest helps individuals and organizations stay true to their core missions with confidence, moral, and meaningful success. So that's actually the benefit of being honest as a person and as a business. You're not going to have a business when you're not honest. You're going to run the business to the ground. It's not going to grow. It's not even going to last long. Maybe 3 days when they finally found, when your customers finally found the truth that you're a scam. It's just a matter of time that you're going to find out that you're a liar. You, the business owner, and as a person, you built a base of the business, a core value of the business, which is anti-honesty, no transparency at all. It's just a matter of time that it's going to sink in. So I hope I shared something valuable today. And if you ever love this episode, you can share this to your family and friends. You can follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, even in X. Reinforcement Club, by the way. This is Anne, your fellow positive reinforcer. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you.